time this could be. Hello.
Hey.
What is the dealio?
What's going on with the people on it?
Y'all, welcome back to another episode of Heard Radio. That's Kyron.
And I am that boy Day.
Y'all, and we are hearing everyone and realizing differences
while creating a safe place for Black and queer people.
And that is what we gonna talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about it, honey.
So what's been going on with you, Day? What's been going on?
Child. I always talking about some child.
We child people to death. And I've noticed that that is just a regular word in my vocabulary now.
Yes, child. It's always a child. Person saying it. This lady gonna tell me, don't call me that. I'm not a kid. Girl,
you
simmer down, Miss Mama's. Pipe down a little bit, okay? Just pipe down.
You're doing
nothing. I just been really chilling lately. It's just been slow, just been a vibe. You know, I like the vibe sometimes. Catching up on some sleep because bitch is booked and busy.
I know that. And we are both.
Yes, what's been going on over there, honey?
Y'all, today is Monday, actually. Y'all are not gonna hear this. I don't know when y'all gonna hear this. I don't know when y'all gonna hear this, but just know today is November
the
8th.
Yes.
It's a Monday. And this weekend was actually good, y'all. I had a really good weekend. I went to my cousin's wedding. You know, it was a very good time. Toot turn up. We love marriage. Yeah. And yes, this weekend has just been really it's been really good. They already know what I'm let's not get into
child, cause we didn't have our meeting. So
yeah, we didn't really get the me and Day, y'all. When I say y'all, me and Day, we talk on a regular basis, but then we meet. So then we talk about this our before we get on up in here and get on this internet and talk to y'all. But we didn't have our meeting because this week was really busy. But y'all, I got so much to tell you when we get off this. I got my red cup for the people, child.
Give me the red cup, girl. I got a cup over here, but it's looking a little raggedy, so she gonna stay out the frame.
Okay, and she
gonna stay out the frame. Now we all know what's in her, but that's not your.
And she starts with an H and ends with a Y.
Okay, hallelujah.
My God.
Yes.
So let's get into the first segment. The first segment is Young and Getting It, y'all, where we display an emotion and what got us through this week. So, Dave, what was your emotion of the week and what got you through?
Y'all, I have a secret, but I can't share yet. But just know a secret, a big secret, a good secret is coming. And, you know, I just thank the Lord because, child, I'll be doing some shit, child, that I just be like, damn, God is still blessing me.
Same.
No, he is blessing your girl, and child, I can't wait to let y'all know. But I think what got me through this week is just prayer, because I've just been praying about this, and I think it's finally been happening.
Oh my God, we haven't talked in y'all. We haven't talked in 3 days. This is very taboo for me and they not to talk every day. We both got so much going on that we have not told each other.
Yeah.
But
go ahead. What's been going on over there?
This week, okay. So the first half of the week was just I was very busy. I was very busy with a lot of stuff. So my mind was occupied. So I really couldn't narrow down on one emotion because I was so focused on cracking out business. Then the second half, which is this weekend, Thursday through today, which is Monday, let's say the emotion is hopeful.
Okay.
We're gonna be hopeful. And we're gonna be hopeful. And what got me through this week, y'all, was knowing that I was gonna have some time off this weekend. That's what got me through, y'all. Because I was so busy. But then when I knew I was Saturday, I catch this flight. I'm going out of town. I'm going to a wedding. I turned up, y'all. I had so much fun. Turned up with my cousins in their city. They showed me around. They already know. That's
the story for me.
They already know.
Yes.
I had a good, I had a good ghetto time, child. And Yes, I had so much fun, y'all. So that was like, it was like, I know I'm about to go OT and I know I'm about to turn up for these 2 days. And that's exactly what I did. I slept really well at the Hyatt dwelling Wicker Place. And I just ting, 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 ting. And I just really had a good time. And yes, so that is Young and Getting It, y'all. So
Mhm.
let's get into the next segment, Day. We're gonna move this right along.
All right, you guys, let's get into it. And this segment is Black Excellence, where we'll be shining the light on our Black queens and kings.
Oh, yes.
You already know what this segment is called. Let's talk about it.
Talk about it. When we get down to the sugar honey iced tea, goddamn Zoe, don't come for me. I promise you. I got that from you. I'm tagging him, y'all. I got that from goddamn Zoe. Sugar honey iced tea, which is the shit. But okay, it says she quit her job, went viral, then created Coco Rose Beauty, a natural skincare solution for dark marks, eczema, scarring, and more. Y'all, shout out to Miss Coco Rose. I actually went on her Instagram page and I was looking at like some of her products, and I'm about to go support Miss Coco Rose, and because I kind of got like some dark spots, because I don't listen to my dermatologist, and I like to pop my pimples, so now I have scarring from that. So Miss Coco Rose, if it's good, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
But
Let's
yes, go ahead.
for our Black businesses.
For the black entrepreneurship is what we love.
That actually was a sorry, you guys. That actually was a screenshot from a video. And Miss Sister Girl, she actually quit on live air. She was actually, she's a news anchor. Well, she was a news
Wait, was
anchor.
that what? Oh,
Yes,
I seen that.
she quit on the air. I wish we could play the video, but the video wouldn't play. But my girl quit on the air, and her white counterparts, they was a little
Disheveled.
and my girl walked off and did what she had to do.
And she never
So
got.
shout out to Miss Rose, honey.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the next talk about a topic? I'm in a very good mood, y'all. Y'all just say I can sing it. My scalp is oiled. I'm going to therapy because I like to tell y'all to oil scalp and go to therapy. I'm doing both of those things.
Funny.
And hair's done, hair's cut, and nails done, feet done.
Yes.
I'm living life,
Child, y'all see me or you not the visuals, the visual people. I look a mess right now. Fleek day this weekend,
Fleek day this weekend. Don't play with them.
A little after the norm, but
Play with your mammy.
Yes. Play with that whole.
Black excellence. It says 28-year-old Shaquina McKenzie becomes the first Black female judge in her city. Do we know her city? I followed her on Instagram too, and I was reading some of her story. I don't know her city, but that is
didn't get her city.
But
go ahead. Post it on our Instagram.
That's very monumental. Yeah, y'all know the word. Damn it, that is a very big milestone. Mm-hmm. First of all, to become a judge, if you know, law school already is at that is you gotta go through that. That's tough. And then become a judge, and then you become the first Black judge. Go ahead and make history, Miss Shaquina.
Shout out to the Black history in the making, honey.
No, that's not Miss Shaquina. That's who? That's Judge McKenzie to you.
Okay, Judge Kinsey. Judge Toller.
Judge Toller. And stop talking in my courtroom.
She's not a girl. She's
not a girl. She's a judge.
Yeah, she's not a girl.
Okay.
Shout out to Mackenzie, though. Congratulations, girl.
You better stop calling her Mackenzie, child. That's Judge McKenzie.
Judge Kinsey, my bad, girl.
Judge McKenzie, child. Don't play. That's your honor to you.
So let's get into this next talk about it topic.
Let's talk about it. It says, I passed the bar. Yeah, so congratulations to Mr. Marquise. Yes, Mr. Marquise Findley Smith, Esquire, because y'all, he's a lawyer now. So shout out to Mr. Marquise, Queese, yes, whatever, hallelujah, amen. He said, I passed the bar, now abolish it. It's a test of resources, not minimum competency, and exists as little more than a barrier to diversity in the profession. So that brings us to our first talk about a topic. We're going to talk about standardized testing and how they are rooted in racism.
Yes.
2 minutes. You can go ahead, Jay. Start with the people job.
So I would just like to say I'm from Ohio, where it's a requirement that you pass the standardized test to graduate high school.
Mhm.
And if you don't pass those tests,
So what's the name? What's the name of the test?
yes, the names of there's multiple tests. So the main test is called the air test. Don't ask me what the acronym stands for. Don't know. Don't care. Pass it. And then the other one is called the MAP test.
Mhm.
And then it was one more. I can't remember what the other one, but so that test was it was an English test, there was a math portion, there was a science portion, there was a social studies portion. And all those tests you for your 4 years of high school, you had to get to 18 points. If the girls didn't have 18 points, they weren't walking on that stage, regardless. Period. But and I kid you not, when I used to study for those tests, child, the shit we used to learn in school was not on that motherfucking test. It was like, what the fuck is this? I ain't study for this shit. I did not. I was like, that's why I'm studying now. But I was like, child, what the fuck is this bullshit? Because I just didn't understand it. But a real bitch did it. She passed. Yeah.
And she never gave a what?
A fuck. Shout out to 22, class of 22. Yeah.
Out. But so it's like in Michigan, it's different in Michigan. So like you don't have to. I'm trying to think. It's not a test that you have to pass in order to graduate. I'm thinking it's not a test. No, it's like you have to make sure, you have the grades, the GPA has to be over, a certain GPA. But every school is different though. I will say that because the school that I went to was private charter. So our requirements was different from public school requirements. Because I later found out that if you went to public school here in Michigan, you didn't have to have community service hours to graduate. But at my school, I had to have at least 40 hours of community service to graduate. So, but I just do the community service because I'm just that one and never that two. But it's no, because a lot of times, no, actually, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. My senior and junior year of high school, I had an internship. My first year, my junior year of high school, I had an internship with the radio station. So I wasn't getting paid for that. So I was actually working like 9 hours, 8 hours. It was a very long time. It was very good though. It taught me a lot of the things. And that's how we are having this podcast now today. But,
shout out to the podcast.
Shout out to the radio station. Shout out to 910 FM girl, my boss, Miss Lavonia. She said she listens to this. I was like, oh, I'm so honored. But no. So I used those hours that I worked for like community service hours. But I had finished my community service for high school, like my by my sophomore year of high school. By my second year, I was done. But like I had extra hours and stuff like that. But no, so there's no test that you really have to like pass, like to take in order to pass. Like you have the SAT, ACT, you take that, those are for colleges though. So usually, like I said, you have to have your community service. For my school, community service, your grades, your GPA has to be over a certain thing. And then that was it. I think that's really it. But we did have standardized tests. So we had like the MEP. It was called the MEP, and then they changed into the M step. I think, girl, I'm gonna try to one up you. I think it was Michigan. I can't. We honest. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the acronym. I thought I ate. They said, "Give me that blank." But okay. But it was something like it was basically to see, what the children are learning. But yeah, it was M step and MEP, and then that was really it. But like we didn't really have any tests like you had to pass in order to graduate. If there was, I just really don't remember. I really don't. High school has been so long ago, even though I graduated 2 years ago. But so as I was reading, and I was reading about these different tests, like these state tests that you have to take, or nationwide tests you have to take. A lot of these tests were created back in the 40s and in the 50s. I know that the ACT was created in the 20s. It was created in the 20s, and Day had actually brought this to our attention. The tests are created by who?
Doctors, lawyers, dentists, who else did we say? People in the business industry, business management. Um, there's very few educators who actually create these tests.
So long story short, they testing us on stuff that we don't even know. Um, so the test, I know the ACT was created in the 20s, and then it was rolled out in like the 40s and the 50s. But as I was reading, it says that a lot of times, like it's like a 40% of like Black students don't excel on these tests because of the resources in their schools. So if you live in a predominantly Black area, let's say an urban, if you live in an urban area, or if you live in like the hood, or where you live in a below the poverty line, then obviously if you go to public schools, your school is funded not only from the government, the state, but from taxpayers' dollars. So if you compare to, if you live in, let's say in Michigan, if you live somewhere in the middle of the hood, and people that's paying the taxes, they're not paying the taxes, then obviously your resources is not that good. But compared to like the schools that, like, if you're going to like Bloomfield Hills, West Bloomfield schools, all those people out there, they have very good jobs. They are doctors, they are lawyers, they are dentists, they are business people, they are CEOs, CFOs. So of course their taxes are higher. So your funding and the resources at your school, you got basically your school got more coinage than the kids in the hood got. Okay, so the kids that live in like urban areas, their books tend to be 10 to 12 years old. So if you was in elementary school and you was reading a book and they had on 90s clothing, then yes, your books were old. They were dated. Okay, that's not the curriculum. The United States, what do they call the people that's over education? Is whatever. Yes, they have updated their criteria and what you are learning. That is not that. So a lot of times, and like I said, in these Black neighborhoods, their resources and their books were like behind. They were like 10 to 12 years behind. So if you are in third grade and you're reading a book from the 90s about, what do you learn in third grade? Division, but it's like the applications that they were using in the 90s is different now. They have all different types of new ways of learning. So therefore, you are naturally 10 to 12 years behind because the curriculum is not updated. We've seen this during the Jim Crow era. White schools would get new books and they would take those old books from white schools and give them to the Black students. And they were behind because this criteria is moving on and they're updating it. And like I said, Black people are getting the short end of the stick. Black and people of color, not just Black neighborhoods, but like Hispanic neighborhoods, and it says some Asian neighborhoods too. But I know, like I said, Black neighborhoods and people of color tend to be like 10 to 12 years behind. Their schools resources are 10 to 12 years behind. And that's sick. That's sick. I won't say that was sick and that sucks, but that it sucks, but it's sick too, because you are giving us these tests to take, and it's like, you can't even study for half of these tests.
Shout out to me not studying.
It's like they try to like push you to study. Like I'll never forget. In my high school, every Friday was a half of day. No matter the day of the year, it was a half of day. So my junior year of high school, we had to stay until 4:30 because we had an SAT prep course. Like the school had paid for us the SAT prep course and everything. Like I said, I went to private charter school, that's what they do, And I was very like, I remember we used to be mad, like we would have to like go to this court, like because we used to want to go home. And who don't want to go home from school at 12:30? But it was just like we had to really stay after, and I was really upset. Like I want to go home, blah blah. But like we had to take we had to take this course. Like they was because I think my school was saying like we pay like $7,000 for each student. Now mind y'all, like I said, my school was private charter. It was only 12 of us in a graduating class, so that is still some coinage y'all spending. But it's not like y'all paying. It's not like this is a public high school with like a graduating class of like 300 kids. Girl, bye. But yes, we have to stay after and we had to stay after and prep for the SAT. And y'all, it was to be crucial. It was so detrimental, y'all. I used to fall asleep and I used to be so irritated and agitated. And I'm like, But when we like learned the test, when we was doing the prep course, y'all, when we got the test, I didn't feel prepared. I didn't feel prepared whatsoever. Didn't do good on the math, didn't do good on science. But baby, on that English in that paragraph, y'all already know who did good because y'all know I can cuss and fuss and I will read you up and down like the book that you are. So I did good on that part. So, and I'm like, I ain't going to school for math anyway. I thought so. But I thought so. But until I got up in that radio station, they was like, all right, we're gonna start at this time and that time and add that time up. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute, I'm over to count with my fingers like, child. Girl, the radio station humbled me. Okay, it said you're gonna do some math, okay. But yes, it's just like I didn't feel prepared, and a lot of kids don't because the tests are not made by educators. They are made by people who have had extensive training and they have been to school for a plethora of years. Doctor, you've been to school for 8 years.
They don't give you the material to study for these tests. You want us to study, but you're not giving me the material, the things that I need to go study to succeed on this test.
And a lot of times the schools don't have the money to give it to you. That's the thing. A lot of times schools don't have the money. They push you to study, like do good, blah, blah. But it's like they don't have the coin. They don't have the money to give. A lot of like the Detroit public schools, they ain't had the money to send them kids to no SAT prep course like my school did.
Or, sometimes the public schools, they only pick a handful of kids that they think that they're
because there's a lot of damn kids too in public school. Because how big how many students was in your whole high school?
About roughly 900 and some students.
See, yes, in my whole high school, it was about 200 students.
Oh, yeah, yes, it was 900 something of us. But my graduating class was 106.
Yeah, so like my graduating class, like I said, was 12. I can count them on my fingers. But then we looked up these statistics and it says, we looked at statistics for the bar exam because a bar exam is another form of like standardized testing that you have to do is like to get your law license, to get your license to practice law. It says amongst white men and women taking the bar exam for the first time, 88% passed. Okay. By comparison, 66 of Black first-time test takers passed the bar. This is 2020. They don't have the stats for this year because they just rolled out the results for the bar almost a month ago. They don't have those stats yet. But this is 2020. They said this was the highest number of Black first-time test takers that for the bar exam. 66%. Okay. 76% were Hispanic, and then 78% were Hawaiians, and 78% of Native American, and 80% were Asian. So it went whites, Asians, Hawaiians, Native Americans, and then the Blacks that succeeded on the bar, that passed. And that's just like, it shows through our education system all the way until you want to go to law school or you want to become a doctor. And y'all need to, like I do feel like they need to, well, I think they have gotten rid of the SAT, ACT. I think they've gotten rid of that. Because I know the last year graduating class, they didn't have to submit scores. And I was mad about it.
A lot of schools aren't.
I was
a
mad
lot
about
of a lot of universities aren't allowing, well, offering students not to submit their scores. But you know what? That also is going to have to. They're going to have to make that up in their personal essays and
it.
those activities, extracurriculars.
Yes. Baby, that my personal statement was eating, it was eating the girls up. I remember when I gave my counselor that, she was like, she cried. She said, this is amazing. I said, I know. I lied on half of it.
Yes. Yes. My English teacher, she gave me a hug and cried. I said, girl, stop trying to make me
Girl,
cry.
this is all a lie to get the white man's money. Girl, what are you talking about?
You guys had to fluff up my story a little.
Okay, fluff it up, okay. I was on the basement. I was sitting on the basement floor eating raw noodles, child. In my personal statement.
Yes.
I wrote like I was Poe in that statement. You hear me?
You better eat the girls up.
Little poor black gay boy.
Yes, I told them girls that I stayed in a homophobic home. It was very challenging for me to be
Very toxic for you.
Yes.
They said, girl, they was Mrs. Rio letter like, oh my gosh. Because one school was paying half of my tuition. I think that's probably why they was gonna pay half my tuition, because my personal statement was just that one and never that two.
Mm-hmm.
But they do need to get, I think they have gotten rid of, like, you have to send them in. But if you want to go to Ivy, you're gonna have to send them scores in, boo. When I was going through my white phase, I thought I wanted to go to an Ivy League school until I seen how much work I had to put in to go. Mm-hmm. Then I was like, I don't want to be surrounded by white people all my life. I've been surrounded by y'all all my damn life. So
child,
that's why I go to HBCU now. Because
shout out to the HBCU.
Shout out to the HBCU, the historically black colleges and university, child. Y'all better go to HBCU.
Where it's very family orientated.
Not orientated.
I mean orientated.
Did you say orientated again, child? He said orientated. Y'all know niggas are orientated. But
the ghetto.
Closing remarks for the people. Get rid of the damn test.
Yes, if you're going to give the girls the test, at least give them the material to study.
The material to study, and make sure it's the that y'all giving us to study is on the actual test. I'm tired of learning how to add in school in my stuck prep course, and then I gotta learn how to do Pythagorean thing. Y'all didn't teach me that.
Fucking PEMDAS.
Yeah, PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Fuck Aunt Sally.
Fucking Sally. Parentheses. What does E stand for? I told you I'm not good at math. Equations? No.
Exponents.
M, multiplication. Division. Add, subtract. Pim that ass. Well, yes. We have our last talk about it topic where I sing this on the real. Now, if y'all know me, I live my life like a middle-aged white woman who watches daytime television during the day and sits on the couch with my 3-pound Yorkie. But on the real, all jokes aside, on the real, they had actually brought this up, and I was like, oh my God, this is like really a good topic to talk about. It said, could you date someone with different religious beliefs than you? It said here are 9 things to consider. One moment, y'all. I had this queued up. I was a little unprofessional.
Okay, child, because I was about to say, I thought we was getting into the protecting.
Oh, we're going to get into that next. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
You said last. I was like, hold on.
I said, last talk about it.
Oh, I thought we was
last talk about it. Okay. It says, number 1, how important are your beliefs to you? Number 2, what will your family think about him or her? Number 3, how much are you willing to compromise? Number 4, is this just a fling? Number 5, are you willing to partake in their religious rituals? Number 6, what about your children's beliefs? Number 7, did you want the same things out of the do you want the same things out of relationships? I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. Do you want the same things out of the relationship? Number 8, can you keep an open mind? And the last one, what wins, the pros or the cons? So, Dave, would you be with somebody that has different religious beliefs than you?
So I've been, thinking about this because, we recorded this show.
Yo, let me tell you, we recorded this episode and then I messed up on my end and I was like, Dave, we gotta re-record this.
So I'm thinking about my answer from last week and this week because last week it was like, okay.
No, your answer was hell nah. I ain't laying down with no nigga that don't believe in what I believe. That nigga gotta believe what he gotta be down with God.
It is still hell nah. But like as long as we can, well, I don't know because I want to see you in heaven. I want to see you in heaven. I just don't know, and I don't want to confuse our children.
Girl, forget them kids.
As long
they know I'm a big advocate for it.
Yes, I don't know, but as long as there's no disrespect towards my religion, and obviously I'm not going to disrespect anything over there. Maybe it just all depends on how the whole if we get married thing, how that's going to work because they're married in church under the Lord.
You want to get married in church?
Mm-hmm.
That's cute. I don't. I don't want to get married in church. I already got my marriage plan. I already have my wedding planned out. It's gonna be at Martha's Vineyard. It's gonna be a 3-day. Y'all be ready. I already have it planned out. I just have to find my spouse. That's it. We got we have one good candidate, but we gonna
hey, we need code names. We need to talk after this. Okay. We need to come up with some.
We got called. I remember we did have a code name. We did have a code name for him. I'm about to text it to you.
The potential?
The potential, yes. I had a code name. We had a code name for him.
Oh, I remember the code name for somebody else.
What was the code name? Say the code name.
It's gonna give it away.
What was it? Say it. You can say it. Go ahead. What was the code
Big
name?
X.
Huh?
Big X.
Big X?
Yeah.
That was somebody I was talking to?
Yes. I think you're thinking of it. You're thinking in too deep. Don't think in too deep.
That weekend, big.
You remember what you texted in the group chat?
No, I don't remember what I texted in the group chat.
You had to skirt off from the gas station.
Big X! No!
Yes.
You're talking about BIGX. You're talking about BIGGEEX. Oh, yes. Yeah, that man is long gone out the picture. That he didn't even meet the criteria to be nobody's husband. If he wanted to on his good day. But could I?
Yes, could you? Okay, back to my answer. No, I could not. I could not. I'm sorry to all the men out there that's not Christian or don't believe in Jesus. Because my God, everybody got a God. They say God. If it ain't Jesus, it ain't with me. So
yeah, people love to say God, but they don't believe in Jesus. So,
but what about you?
As you already know, we said this. I have talked to some. I don't even want to say I dated this man. But I did date someone who didn't believe it. I don't know. He didn't have religion. I think he was just like atheist, but sometimes when you're atheist, you don't believe in nothing. But he was just like, aimlessly moving through life. He didn't believe in God or Jesus. He said he didn't believe in that. Like he wasn't for it. And I remember, y'all, he had open heart surgery. It's not funny that he had open heart surgery because he could have died. But yeah, open heart surgery. And I was trying to be nice. And I basically was just like, you know what? If I was like, it'll all work out. I said, God has a plan. He was like, you know, I don't believe in that. He's like, you know, I don't believe in that. Like, why are you talking about that? I'm like, see, that's why you're getting your damn heart fixed on now. You better stop being an ugly guy. You better stop being an ugly guy. But y'all know, um, I could not date anyone with a different religion. But I tried it and it just didn't work. I want to be able, me and whoever he is, I want me and him to come together. And I want us to come to the Lord together. And I want to cover you and I want you to be able to cover me. I don't, it's just like when things, life does bring a lot of twists and turns. Mm-hmm. I don't want, when something like crazy comes up, I want us to be able to turn to prayer and I want us to look to God. I don't want you to be confused or like you don't know what's going on and blah, blah. A lot of times when things just like go, when life just happens, I know it's God. And that's probably why I don't kind of stress about it that much anymore, because I know, like, you know, it's God. God gonna work it out. And he does. Amen. But it's just like, yeah. Now, Big X, he wasn't an atheist, but he was spiritual. He liked the crystals and the moons, the stars. And let me tell y'all, like me and they said, when you like a nigga, you like a nigga. And you would try to do any and everything to make oil and vinegar work. Not, what is it, oil and water? Yes, you would try to mix oil and water. And I was trying to mix it, and I was just like, you know what, he believe in this and I believe in that, and we just gonna do, and I was just like, no.
The incense wasn't working, it was burning your nose hairs.
It wasn't working. The incense, and it wasn't, and then like it was just he used to say Grand Rising. He was one of them. He was Hotep. Big X was Hotep. That's probably why we went through a lot. But
I don't want to get canceled, so I'm gonna just keep my comments.
Yeah, but no, yes, like but he was knockoff Hotep. He wasn't like Hotep, but he was knockoff Hotep. But no, it was just like I couldn't mix it. And I know that I'm about to share. This is her radio, y'all, and we gonna give y'all some of our personal lives. So I'm about to share something with y'all.
Oh, sis done left the camera.
I'm about to look. They know when I grab this black notebook, we about to get into some stuff, y'all. This is what, because I've dealt with a lot of shenanigans. Especially, I've dealt with a lot of crazy men in the last year, y'all. Like, it's been crazy. It's been a lot of like highs, a lot of lows. It's been really crazy. And I was just like, you know what? I'm about to write this down. And when I write this down.
Is that your notebook?
This is my notebook. So I said, you know what? When I said, this is my Sierra's prayer, okay? Get into the new Summer Walker album. Yeah, if I ain't listen, she's still over it, okay? I said, y'all, this is what I want in my spouse, okay? They need to be financially wise, because some of y'all don't know how to be financially wise. And I am part of some of y'all. I don't know how to be frugal. What is frugal? So therefore, you have to be financially wise. And I'm learning how to be financially wise. So I'm going to get there. Yeah. Financially wise. Emotionally available. Okay. Because I've dealt in the last year with some overly emotional men and some men that ain't emotional available at all. So that's that one. Okay. Vocal. He needs to be vocal. Okay. All right. Next one is makes me feel safe. I have been in certain situations with certain people and I'd be like, I don't feel safe right now. And I feel helpless. Okay, obviously, I said he has to go to church. And I put the verse Proverbs 1:7 next to that when he has to go to church. Then I say he has to read the Bible. Hebrews 2:1, okay? I want him to have this characteristic. He needs to be courteous. Okay, he needs to be courteous. Um, and he has to have perseverance. Okay, that's James 1 and 12. I want him to be family oriented because even though I kind of don't like the kids, and I'm working on the child and the
The
child syndrome,
what you call them, the Ninja Turtles.
the bubble guppies, the little mutant ninja turtles. I actually want just two. No more than two, because then I'm gonna have to start smoking weed after two. But yes, like I'm very family oriented, and I want a little family. He got to be physically active. You can't be sitting on the couch on the bed all day every day. You don't do nothing, and yes, so he has to be physically active. He has to go to therapy, y'all. This is a very big one. I highlighted this one.
Personal therapy or couples therapy?
Both.
Oh, okay.
He has to both. He got to do both. Heavy on the personal therapy, because if I could suggest couples therapy, then that's just like, I don't say that's a cop out, but it's a cop out because it's like I invited you to go. But when you go to personal therapy, this is something that you personally sought out. You sought this person out to, heal yourself. Okay, so that's that one. This next, black, gotta be black. Black African American. I say African American. I don't. We can get into African, Nigerian. We can. I'm not saying no to that, but I want him at least to be black. So I don't know. It's something about us black people that grew up in America is that we see each other. All right. Okay, I said speaks intelligently. Nah, you ain't gotta walk around here like, I have to see the portion, the caveats of not all of that. Like, you just have to have at least some sense. Like, you just like, I remember I brought Big X around. I brought Big X around one of my cousins. And I don't know why I brought Big X around my bougie cousin. And I brought Big X around my bougie cousin. And it was like, And I remember we got done after he left. She was like, So he talks like that on a regular basis. I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I don't like the way he speaks. Not talk as in like your voice, but the way that you speak, your vernacular. Let's say that vernacular. Okay. He is honest, because y'all niggas be lying. Y'all niggas.
The smallest shit. The smallest shit.
Like, why do y'all lie so much? Like you said, it'd be the smallest thing. Like, you could ask a nigga, what you doing? No, I'm nothing. I'm just chilling. Whole time he at the mall in the Gucci store buying up everything. You could just say you at the mall. Like, why? I just like, you just like, why are you? Or you could ask a question and they'd be like, no, and then you find out later, like, why did you lie? Like, I'm gonna find out. One thing about me, one thing about KSM, I'm gonna find out.
Because we have FBI over this way, baby.
Okay, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Okay, that is me and Day. Don't play. And we the SWAT team. We'll bust a nigga door down. Don't act too hasty.
Jasmine Sullivan say she busting windows out your car.
Out your car. If y'all need to bust a nigga windows out, hit me up. I always want to do that. I don't mess with dogs. I don't mess with blatant dogs. Niggas that's just been like dogs to my face. Like, you just a dog. No, but if you want to bust somebody's windows out, let me know, because I want to do that.
Yes.
But dang, we didn't put this on the internet. They ain't gonna know. Well, hell, I got the money to get out of jail. It's okay. I got the money, and I have the Esquires. Okay, and I have I have plethora. I got a plethora of lawyers in this family. So bring it on, Wayne County.
We'll be
in this Wayne County courthouse dancing, child.
Let's just not do it on a Friday, because I ain't trying to spend a weekend.
I said, okay, then the last one is generous. Generous of others. I'm third. You put, God first, other seconds. I'm third.
Girl, speaking of I'm third, girl, did you know I won that?
he went on. We used to go to the summer camp, y'all. Long story short, we used to go to the summer camp, and we used to have this big award called the I'm Third Award, and it's basically like this whole week they observe all the kids and they see like who really was like put God first, others second, and I'm third. It's like a very big award at kids across America, and Day won it, because he was third. He only won it one time, though, y'all, because y'all know after that he started acting bad at camp.
No, that was after my track record. Because
after the track record.
After my track record. That was the last year before COVID happened.
Okay.
The year I didn't go with y'all.
Yeah. Yes, that was the year y'all Day grew so much mentally and emotionally that year. I was so proud of her. I really was.
I used to break bitches' necks.
Y'all Day used to be a menace. I remember that year we was in Canada and we was in the same. We used to be in the same topic, but we used to be in the same cabin together, y'all. And Day was just like, I had to save Day from a fight like every day 1 week. And I was tired. I was so tired. I'm like, Day, you can't keep trying to fight everybody. Please. Yes. And Day is short, y'all. Day is little. Mm-hmm. Day is very little, y'all.
I think like the 4th day, you was just like, bitch, fuck it. I'm not gonna keep holding you back. I tore that bitch a new asshole, bitch.
Because if you know me, I don't fight. So when it start getting a little too rowdy and people trying to break free to get to Day, and y'all gotta come at me first, I'm like, Day, well, kind of lace up your boots and get to work. You better mop the floor with him. Because I said, I'm not getting hit. What? And mess up the moneymaker? I'll be damned. I will be sick.
I used to scrub the ground, but
I said the day I get in the fight, I'd be sick, y'all. Because they got me. They got me. But no, and I said has great communication skills, forgiving. And then I put some other stuff in there about sexual intercourse, but I ain't gonna put that on. That's marry fuck business. But yes, I want to date somebody, and I want to date somebody that has the same religious beliefs as me, and so that we can conquer the world together with the same mindset. Mm-hmm. I don't need you trying to rub flowers and rocks together, and I'm over here in my prayer closet face down praying to the Lord. The rocks it ain't gonna work. For me, it's
gonna cause confusion. Shout out to the people who's doing it, who have.
If you are unequally yoked, then that's you. Amen. Praise God, you did it.
Mm-hmm. But like Sis said, that's just not what floats our boat over here.
Okay.
Sail that ship somewhere else because these bitches.
It ain't docking at this dock.
It's not.
It ain't docking at this port. Okay. Well, let's get into our last topic of the night. This is our main topic for the night, y'all. Let's put our visuals up on the screen for the people so we can tell them why are we talking about this.
Okay, I'm putting all 4 up at the same time.
Okay, go ahead, do that. We never gave a what? A fuck. All right. It says father stabbed his daughter's boyfriend to death after finding out he sold her into a sex trafficking ring. Body found a year later in trunk. Next one. Man seen in viral video attempting to break into woman's home, identified by his mother, hasn't been arrested. The lady who home he tried to break into said, on Tuesday, a man followed me home, attempted to break in. He had zip ties, put on gloves. He tried breaking every window, shoving open my front door. He tore my balcony screen off. The attack lasted 15 minutes while I waited for the police. He fled before they arrived. And then the last one is man seen chasing woman into her apartment in viral video, arrested for the 38th time. And then emphasis on the 38.
I really need that to sink in these people's head.
38 times. She's been arrested 38 times. Child. I'd be scared to go to jail.
I just think who the fuck is prosecuting him? He needs to 38. Hell nah. He needs to be in.
But they're probably petty though.
Oh no.
They're probably petty. They have to be petty. 38 times?
When they
a black man in New York arrested for the 38th time, it has to be petty offenses. New York politics are
they should let that shit out then, because when they put 38, I'm thinking 38 times chasing different women to their motherfucking houses or sexual.
That's what you, yeah. These probably are petty offenses. They really have to be. But you can take that down. You can take that down. But that brings us into our topic for the day. We are talking about violence against women. Mm-hmm. And what really like made us talk about this is because like I seen all three of those stories in the same week, like back to back. I seen the first one I seen was the apartment video where literally he chased her and she closed the door right before he entered. I seen that one first. And then I seen the lady with the he was trying to break his house for 15 minutes straight. And then I seen the father one. And I'm like, this is sick as fuck.
And then we also seen the train, but we talked about that last week.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. If you didn't listen to our episode last week, Lil Boosie or Lil Boosie, go listen to it. At the end, we talked about a 19-year-old woman, Black woman, who was sexually assaulted, physically and sexually assaulted on a Philadelphia train, and passengers just literally watched her and recorded her while she was
daytime,
literally in broad daylight, while she was being attacked. And it's just like we said last week, we talk about, we scream, what we scream?
Black Lives Matter.
We scream Black Lives Matter. We scream protect Black women, protect women. And then it's just like, what in the fudge? Now, where's the protection? Now, this is the first thing I've realized. This is the first thing that came to my mind when I seen these. All of these men, they give me egotistic vibes. Like they've never been shut down or rejected by women. And a lot of men have very fragile egos. Like I've seen it firsthand. Like I be out with my female friends. Hey, beautiful. They be like, hey, you with the fat ass. Like that's gonna get anybody's attention. Let me talk to you right quick. No, thank you. I'm good. Fuck you, bitch. You stuck up and ugly anyway. Like, what?
Damn, sir. Calm down.
Because she said no, thank you.
She could have been like, I don't want your broke ass, but she politely said
she
no.
Said no.
Thank you.
But a lot of times, it's just like, even if she said I don't want your broke ass, a lot of times, a lot of men, they don't approach women in a very nice way. Mm-hmm. They don't, it'd be like, first of all, hey, I remember the first time a dude tried to talk to me, he said, A. So don't ever address me as A.
But I said B. Are you going to say C? Then I'm going to say D. You're going to say E? I'm going to say F. Then G, H, I.
The alphabetical legend himself. But it's just like, who wants to be approached in that manner? A, yeah. But these men have very fragile egos and you tell them no. And the problem is that y'all wide body, fat arm mamas and aunties have been coddling them all of their lives. My nephew don't do nothing wrong. My nephew this, my nephew that, my nephew this, my nephew that. They coddle us Black men, because I'm included in that too. They coddle us Black men and they let y'all do what y'all do. For instance, young little Black boys, they are allowed to have girlfriends. They're allowed to go out, be late out at night, but little Black girls got to be in the house by 12, 1 o'clock. Barely 12, 11 o'clock because of the simple fact of them being a woman, which is sad to say, like, it's violence against women in these streets, as y'all see. But y'all coddle men in general, not even just Black men, because men in general, y'all coddle these men, and then Y'all don't teach them like if a woman say no is no is no, but y'all teach these men it's a man's world that if a woman supposed to do this, a woman supposed to do that. No, a woman don't gotta do nothing.
She is not your mama.
She is not your mammy.
Summer Walker said it the best. She said, "I want to start with your mama. She should have whooped your ass."
Thank you. That's the point. It's just like some of these men, mamas ain't teach them. And I'm very thankful that my mom taught me, like my mother taught me a lot of things. And she didn't coddle me. She didn't raise me with a sense of male privilege. But I know a lot of men that just they expect things to come to them because of something of them being a man. And that's not the case whatsoever. And that's the first thing that came to my mind. It's like these men don't know how to be rejected. Because he chased that woman into her apartment. I said he had to have, she probably was walking down the street to her building. He probably was like, let me talk to you. She said no. He got offended, followed her home, chased her home. She probably started running, chased her home. Then now you at the door banging because you mad because she said no. It's plenty of fish in the sea.
I'm glad baby knew which key to put in the lock because, child, it was close, y'all. Y'all watched the video. It was close.
It was close. She closed the door and he ran right up as soon as she closed. It was like literally a second later.
Yes, he was at that door. Like,
and
it's the same thing with the other one. With the lady she was on her porch. She was on her porch with her dog.
Yeah.
And then she saw him walking up. She started getting her little poodle together. Like, come on, let's go. What's going on here, sir? Why you walking up on me? I don't know you like that.
Yeah. And
so he stayed for 15 minutes.
15 minutes. I have too much. I have money to make. I could have made a band in 15 minutes.
Talk about it.
Don't ask me how, but let me stop. I'm talking crap. But it was just like when I seen the father who killed this man, I said, Lord, we got to talk about it. And I'm sick because everybody was screaming, free the daddy. And they ain't going to free him, y'all, because he killed him a year ago and they just found his body. He waited too long. And he didn't even report. He didn't report it. Like they found the body. Like he was found by, I'm guessing, your local authorities. So obviously, they ain't gonna free him.
The daddy ain't watched Lifetime enough to get rid of the body.
I don't know what they said. I don't know. I didn't read the caption when they.
But some people I was reading some of the comments, and some people was like, "Oh, the daddy need to be locked up because at the end of the day, he still killed that boy and yada yada yada." Okay, now what y'all would have said if that daddy would have never found his daughter, and his daughter would have ended up dead? Or still missing right now?
Because he sold her into sex trafficking. Let me tell y'all something. The sex trafficking, human trafficking industry, I think it's a $1 billion industry.
Mm-hmm.
These people make bank off literally snatching little girls, little boys, because they snatch men up too. They literally make so much money from literally snatching people up and selling them into this whole arena of human trafficking. And we did our research, as me and they do here, as we do on Her Radio Pod. We do our research, and we looked up sex trafficking and human trafficking, and we learned this: there are 3 types of human trafficking. We have sex trafficking. Then we have labor trafficking, and then we have sex and labor. So that means you're screwing and you're working. And after that, we've seen that California consistently has the highest human trafficking rates in the United States, with 1,500 cases reported in 2019. That is 1,507 cases that were literally reported to the people. I had a brain fart.
And that's only the cases that's been reported, y'all. So just think of that little ass number and how big California is. That little ass number.
1,500, but that's a lot of cases to report of people being human trafficked.
And
Because
they didn't even tell us all those cases were solved either. So,
and then here's the thing too, those cases, and I want y'all to realize this. It's 1,500 cases. A case could range from 1 to 100 people. So just because it's 1,500 cases, that could mean we could be talking about 7,000 people in just 1,500 cases. We don't know how many people is actually included in the case, but those are just cases reported. Because it was one case that they had found, they found a group of girls in the basement. I think it was like a group of I think it was 75 girls they found in the basement. And that's a case. That's literally one case.
damn.
And if I'm wrong, correct me. I love to be corrected. Who gonna check me, boo? But that's a high number. 1,500. That was 2019. 2020, I don't know, because of COVID, I don't know if the rates went down. I'm guessing they went up.
Just imagine the rates probably went up just because it was just so crazy. And even though people was in their house, people were still going out. And that was just making them an easier target. Like, oh shit, ain't nobody.
Yeah. And
everybody
then
talking about COVID, so they ain't worried about no sex trafficking shit.
And then too, right. So like you going out, you was once at the grocery store. Let's say a woman is at the grocery store, she gets snatched up. People aren't going to be, in my mind, they aren't going to be so concerned for her. They won't, like, let's say, for instance, pre-COVID, your friend gets snatched up and y'all had plans to go out to brunch on Saturday. Your friend ain't show up, you ain't hear nothing from it. But because of COVID, people were literally in their own isolated bubbles. So they was minding their business. So it was just really like, I don't know, like y'all picking up what I'm trying to put down. Like people were literally like minding their business in their own little cocoons in their shells.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like, yeah, we checked on other people. We made other people was good, but like we weren't as concerned. We was concerned about COVID, y'all. We was just really concerned about the people getting sick, going to the hospital, dying. That was like on the main agenda. So I'm actually look that up and see if those numbers went up during COVID, because I could imagine the numbers went up.
Right.
And they was too busy worried about people that's dying that they couldn't. And then we started to look at the other states. Delaware is the next one, then Missouri, then Michigan, my state, and then it's Texas. It's just like these numbers, like Delaware, 3.84 per 100K. Like that, those numbers are high. Those are high numbers of people being human trafficked. And it says that it is believed mainly that human trafficked victims are children and women. They are exploited for begging, child pornography, and child labor. Child labor is a very big one. We hear about child labor all the time. They got the kids working. Yes, we hear that.
Since the kids are young and everything, that's just they can work nonstop. Them babies need a break.
Yes. Then as we read, I said, y'all, the America is not cracked up with it's not giving what it's supposed to give. Mm-hmm. Because it says the United States is ranked one of the worst countries globally for human trafficking. I'm gonna read that one more time for the people in the back. The United States is ranked one of the worst countries globally for human trafficking.
Damn, and we supposed to be the home of the free, the land of the brave.
This is sick. Then a lot of the sex trafficking victims are 20% white, 40% black. And then the human trafficking, labor trafficking. Okay, my bad, sorry. Sex trafficking victims are 20% most likely to be white, 40% most likely to be black, compared to labor trafficking victims are 63% Hispanic and 17% Asian, which I do believe because Hispanics They do be working. They be working them illegally, and they be working the people illegally. Not saying that they are illegal, but I'm saying they work them illegally because of the simple fact of them just being Hispanic, and they think they just gonna work. Um, Same thing with the Asian people. Now, sex traffic victims. You see how 26% are likely to be white, and there's a 40% chance of the victim being black. So that means that black women and black children, and we're gonna say black men too, because they can be sexual, they can be sex trafficked too. I'm stuttering. Are under attack. It's literally double of white people. And they be looking. Y'all. And this is so crazy. This weekend, like I went to a wedding, y'all. So at the wedding, we all stayed at one hotel. And we like everything was at the hotel. Everything was at the hotel. So my little cousin, I have 3 little cousins, and we all had on pajamas. It was like a little pajama day before the wedding. You know, people got the pajamas on, the robes, and the people of the cousin of the bride, and you're getting your makeup done, your hair done, you know, you're doing all of that. And y'all, my cousin told me that my older cousin told me that my little cousins were in the lobby and they had their robes on, because we all had on our pajamas, y'all. They had their little robes on, and the robes was like little short robes. That was like little short silky robes. The little white man, he started tapping his leg. And if y'all don't know what that means he's getting excited because he's seeing these little black girls.
Oh, hell nah. We should have found that wigger.
And my cousin told them, she like, y'all stay in this room. Y'all not going nowhere else. And they had to stay in the room. They couldn't go because it's just like, and this is the problem. We teach little black girls how to be like safe, that they don't get to be kids.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the opportunity to be kids. They don't have the opportunity to be little girls. We teaching them
shit.
We teaching them be safe, blah, blah, blah. We got to watch out for, like, there should be no reason why my little cousins couldn't be in the lobby of the hotel or just be kids, period, because the white man is tapping his leg. He's getting excited in the lobby. And he was sitting in that lobby for a minute too. Had to be about an hour.
And they had to be restrained to one room just because of him.
Just because of him. Because a grown man, a pedophile, can't keep his thoughts and his actions together. He can't keep it together. Mm-hmm. And that's where it really comes down to, as I look at these numbers, like 40% black and 26% white. They literally looking for the little black girls. They looking for the black women. They're literally looking. That's their target. And it's sad because, like I said, black women are always on the defense.
Yes, they are. They
can't go out and be free. They can't go out and do like me. If I walk down the street at night, I'm cool. I don't have like in the back of my mind, like, oh my God, I gotta be careful. But like black women do. Watch out for men hollering and heckling them at them. You gotta watch out for other people trying to run up on you. They trying to run up on you for the simple fact of being one. My cousin, literally, my cousin, she's my age. Halloween, she was out and some dude ran up on her. But she said she whooped his ass though. She said she got him good, child. She said she whooped his ass so good that the dude that attacks her called the police. I said, how you attack somebody and call the police? She said she beat him good. She tore him up.
Yes, cousin.
She tore him up. So Yana, love you, girl. You tore him up. And yes, but like literally, like my cousin was Halloween. Like she didn't like if that was me, I wouldn't be thinking like, okay, let me be okay. Like let me just have my guard up. Like this is so crazy. It's literally happening to people in my own family that black women have to be on the defense 24/7. They have no place, no space for them to be authentically themselves. And then you add this on top of that.
It's given they always have to be somebody else or act like somebody else. They can't just be a woman. They have to actually always have their guards up. That's why a lot of people would be like, "Oh, black women are so aggressive. They're so raunchy. They're so loud and ghetto." That's just not them. They don't do that on purpose. They
That is
actually
a
have to
defense.
protect themselves.
That's a protective mechanism. It's a defense mechanism.
Yes.
It is. And a lot of times black women act a certain way towards y'all because, like we said, it's a protective mechanism. Like it turns you off from them. They don't want to be bothered with you. So then they do certain things. They're like, oh, I don't want to talk to her because she ain't want to be bothered in the first place.
Right.
Um,
and you really just don't know nowadays what people's intentions are. Even back then, you still never knew. So now they just prepare. Good intention, bad intentions. You gonna get.
And back to our cases and back to the topic. It says that a lot of these businesses, because like I said, this human trafficking is a business, y'all. It's a $1 billion industry. A lot of them, they aren't. A lot of times we think of like big white vans that pull up and just like open the door and snatch you up and pull you in. That is actually that's old school. They don't do that no more. These people are smart. Y'all think y'all 2 steps ahead, they're 10 steps ahead. They know what to do. So a lot of them are spa businesses and hotel and motel based businesses. Like one lady, she was at a hotel room, had her own hotel room. The hotel front desk person gave a random man, a key to her hotel room. He came in a hotel room, like trying to she said she had to fight the man, y'all. He was like shaking her up, she said she felt like he was trying to attack her. And so she went on there and ripped him a new one because you gave somebody a key to somebody else's room. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm thinking, and I'm reading this mess, I think a lot of these people, like madams, if y'all don't know what madams is the women who are like, they do the dirty work for the men. Because y'all know men run this industry, they run it, but they sit at the table, the boardroom table, counting the money, they shooting out the orders. They send the madams out to go recruit the girls. Yeah. A lot of the times, I think these madams and these people that's doing the brains and all the dirty work, I think they go work at these hotels and these massage places and all the other stuff on purpose to get recruitments and clientele. Mm-hmm. It's been a lot of times where I've heard black women been approached in public by a madam. Some nice little lady. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say, don't always think of a madam as she's gonna be young, she's gonna look like you, she's gonna be a old lady, somebody's grandma who's trying to.
But no, a madam could not even be young, old either.
I think of an older lady. Well, I was watching this one show where it was based off on a true story, and it was this older lady and her grandsons. She was the madam, and they were doing the sex trafficking. And I just think of an older woman. Oh, I need help. Could you help me with this? And boom.
But I say no to that because when I worked at the radio station, there's a lady named Carla Wells. She actually was in the sex trafficking ring. She was a madam, and she was a madam in her 20s. So that's why I say I don't feel like I know that it's not an old woman, because she was telling me about she was going to get the girls and having the girls do this, and she was making like she was having the girls, and she was basically selling this false dream. And a lot of times, y'all, a lot of stuff be going on in the clubs too. I feel like that she's like, that was the gateway. She said she got the girls from the club because they was already in the club dancing for money. They was already being by the girls, blah, blah. She said, so a lot of times you sell them like, oh, you're going to make this money. You do this false reality junk. Then that's an easy way to get them. But it says that in California, the case is reported with like the hotel, base, motel, or spa. 1,200 were females, were women, 149 were men, and 10 were gender minorities. And this is like, y'all got to be safe out here.
Yes. You really have to protect yourself, which brings us to
We have partnered with my good sis, Diamond Defense LLC, where she sells her women defense products. She has the tasers. I know she has the tasers. I know she has the like little thing where you can like break the glass of the window to like a window car. She has that. I know she has that. I know she has the stun guns. I know she has like the little thing that you pull off and it makes a siren and it flashes like if something you're in danger. Um, she has a lot of stuff. She has a lot of stuff, y'all. And it's not expensive. Y'all will go spend $50 on some crab legs. And I know y'all did because I just did last weekend. So y'all can go get y'all some defense mechanisms for $30. And if y'all don't want to pay $30, we got something for y'all. Y'all can use the code INSTA, code Insta to get you some coinage off. But I really want y'all women, Black women, Latina women, I want all women at this point to go get y'all some form of something of the sort, whether it be this or child, you go use your Second Amendment and go get you a gun. Like whatever it is, I just want y'all to like show these men that
not scared and you can protect yourself.
Like y'all know, like me and they said last episode, if a nigga get hasty, pop him, and we gonna what?
Talk about it in court.
We're gonna answer to it in the court of law. Okay. And like I said, if y'all need some lawyers, I have a plethora of lawyers in my family. So just hit DM me. I got y'all. You good on the lawyer part. The retainer is $5,000. We got you, boo. So you already know. You already got your lawyer. You out in public, niggas get hasty. Show him your trigger happy. What's it called? What's it? Trigger happy? I don't know.
Trigger happy. Yeah.
Trigger happy finger. Yes. But really, like all jokes aside, like this is y'all see the numbers. This is just cases that's reported. These are just things these are like 3 stories that was just on the internet. Think about all the other cases and all the other stories that we don't know about. So y'all better go ahead and please protect yourselves.
Hit up my girl Diamond Defense LLC and get y'all stuff,
because I hate to see women living in fear. And I hate to see us having to teach our little Black girls to be on the defense because we don't know how to teach a man how to control his ego or how to just be a decent damn human being.
And let him fucking know that the world don't revolve around you, nigga.
This ain't your world. It ain't a man's world. It's God's world. Don't play.
Talk about it.
And yes, and I pray a prayer of protection over all the women in the world, even the Karens.
Yes.
I'm gonna be nice today because I've been in a happy mood for the last couple of days. So even the Karens, I pray protection over all of y'all because we want women to be safe at the end of the day because this nonsense has to stop.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Especially for our Black women, y'all. Y'all know I love my Black women. And yes, so hit up Diamond, get your defense mechanisms.
Use the code Insta,
all caps, to get your monies off.
And let her know her radio sent you.
Let her know her radio sent you because we gonna make sure y'all safe. Like I said, what we creating a
safe place
for
Black
and queer people.
Yes.
So that means we creating something safe for y'all. So if you ever been, all my women, if you ever been out in public and you felt unsafe and you feel like you felt helpless, y'all need to go hit up Diamond.
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Imagine you being in public. Would you rather, God forbid, would you rather be attacked without something to defend yourself, or something to defend yourself? At least you got a taser. Tase him right in his balls, child. He won't have no little Ninja Turtles. He will not procreate. He will not be fruitful and multiply.
And this,
Hit
this
him
is
where
just
it hurts.
a side remark and my closing remark for the people out there who's always in somebody's business. You guys are always in people's business, but when it comes to this, I bring it back to those people on the train who watched this lady get sexually assaulted. You always in somebody's business, but you couldn't get up and like, hey nigga, what you doing?
Yeah.
Stopped him. And for all you men that was on that train, shame on you. Shame on you. And I said what I said. Don't argue with me, argue with your mama.
In her wide stovepipe leg. Smiles into frame as I insult your mother. That's only if you ain't doing nothing. I ain't just on everybody, mama child. But
like the mamas.
But please, women, be safe, because I have to fight for y'all. I don't know how to fight, so I'm gonna have to learn how to. But all jokes aside, with all the kiki aside, like, please be safe in public. And it's sad we got to teach y'all to have like one eye open and be aware, but just know this stuff like human trafficking and sex trafficking and labor, it don't come, it's not like stereotypical as you think. It's not like no man snatch you up, putting you in a van. It child, it could be your best friend daddy. Like the story of the three girls. There was, I think his name was Ariel Castillo, the man that kidnapped his daughter's three best friends and had them locked up in his basement for 10 years.
10 years, a whole decade.
From 2002 to 2013. That's crazy. So,
child, I'm trying to look for. I just had it in my head before the show started. My our last
little something.
Yes, I had it in my head and I was ready to talk about it, but I can't find it.
You can't find it? Well, let's sing our song and then we can go ahead and.
You got yours?
Do I have mine? I have mine.
Okay. Let's sing our song. All right, child, honey girl. You all know when it gets time for this show.
At the end of the show, can I get a B?
B, you got your B, you got your B.
Can I get a U?
You got your U, you got your U.
Can I get an M? The bum of the week.
Yeah.
You broke, ugly, and miserable.
Bum of the week.
Yeah. Broke, ugly, and miserable.
Bum of the week. Yeah, broke, ugly, and miserable.
So this week, we give y'all a person that has been broke, who has been ugly, and has been miserable this week. And we let y'all know. And you can be redeemed. You can be a redeemed hoe. So you can be a redeemed bum of the week. So, who's your bum of the week? Because you say you want to talk about it, child.
Child, I can't remember. I'm so upset. I just don't want to throw anybody out there because, you know, my bum of the week, they actually be some bum bitches. I don't know. Okay. My bum of the week, there's two.
Okay.
This wasn't my original bum of the week. This just came to my head because I'm so mad I can't think of my original. But my bum of the week is Chris Sells and Mr. Clarence NYC's ex-girlfriend. Yes.
Queen Naja?
Not Queen Naja. Clarence ex-girlfriend. I don't know.
Wait, so Clarence and oh my weird.
Clarence ex-girlfriend and Chris Sales is
So they share the ex-girlfriend?
in cahoots. No. You know, Queen and
Oh,
yes.
wait, oh yes. Okay, I seen it. Okay. Yes, so her ex-boyfriend, that was her ex-husband. Her ex-husband and Clarence's ex-girlfriend now date.
Yes, they're in cahoots. And I just think it's giving very much bum, broke, ugly, and miserable.
That's so crazy. I gotta tell you about what happened. I ain't told you what happened with Miss Long Titty.
What happened? Is that that's gonna be the nickname, the code name?
Yeah, that's the code name.
What happened? We talking on here or no?
It's basically she's trying to pull a Clarence and a
Why did our bum of the week just kind of clash like that? What? Let me know, because you know I can't.
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you when we get off this episode. I'm gonna tell you what she did. What I've been hearing in the streets from the people.
The streets. And we don't do the streets. We from the suburbs.
We from the suburbs, child. We don't be in the streets. Child, yes, I gotta tell you what she has been doing in these streets. We have now chit chat in almost 3 days. 3 days have been.
I'm sorry. Wrap up.
You gotta wrap up. Y'all, I don't have no bum of the week, y'all. I was trying to be nice. Y'all have the girls have actually been cool this week. Y'all have been cool. If I had to pick a bum, I would pick the boyfriend that sold his girlfriend into the sex trafficking ring. You're broke. Obviously he was ugly too, and he's miserable, because why would you do something like that? That is sick and that's foul, and we have a special place in hell for you. And yes, that closes out this episode of Heard Radio.
I was thinking, so you know, the girls, they're trying to get the a Bad Boys Club thing spinning off with Zeus Network. I was thinking, let's send in our audition tapes.
I don't fight.
You don't have to fight. You could be a what was that one girl that didn't fight? But she always talked her shit.
But that's me though. But no, I know me though. I can't be on that show because I'm gonna be eating them up, and I'm gonna be, you know, my mouth, and then they gonna want to fight.
Bitch, I'm gonna be Tanisha. Hold them hoes can't take me.
Then I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I can't fight. I don't want to see myself on not on Zeus Network brawling like no. No.
I was just talking to my friends about that. I said, let's send in the audition tape. It's like, nah, y'all.
They gonna be Lord Jesus.
If Zeus cut a check.
They cut now. They do cut checks, but I don't want.
When I watched the Tommy and Akbar conversation, because I heard somebody ain't get their check.
Oh, never mind, Zeus. I need to be.
But no, that's something we can talk about later.
But no, yeah, child, you go. Go ahead, send your audition tape in. I just don't be in there. Captain Saberho not gonna be there. I'm just saying that.
As long as the hoe don't touch my shit, I'm fine.
You better tread lightly. And that's the thing. If somebody touch my, especially on Bad Girls Club with Shanae and Jayla and them, if somebody destroy my stuff, like, they know I love my bags. I love
love a good bag.
I love a good bag. I love some clothes. Like, I don't play about my clothes. If somebody even breathe on my clothes the wrong way. If you breathed on that Louis bag the wrong way,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
If
you even sneeze in the direction of my Marc Jacobs bag, it's a problem. I don't care if it's a Sheen bag. If you, I don't care. You just don't.
Them little ass bags.
Them tink tink tink. Okay. Ciao. Well, until next week.
Yes, it's been a pleasure, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. Follow us on all social media platforms.
Yes, you can follow us on Instagram at Heard_radio. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at Heard Radio. You can subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or all the streaming podcast platforms at Heard Radio Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, y'all, and y'all play the video, y'all like them. And yes, because we are a baby podcast.
Yes, this is our baby child. This is our child.
Our little bubble guppy.
Yes, our little mutant ninja turtle.
Our little basset hound.
Yes, I love the bubble guppies. Yes,
that's right. Well, until next week, y'all. I holla.
I holla.
Yeah.